So there's three different Illustrator quote styles that we're going to be getting some experience in. The first one is doing some flat design using the gigantic Mark Rise technique. We're going to do kind of what I'm calling quote fantasy and then the quote realistic. So I'll break these into three different videos. So let's start first with the flat design. So the flat design piece is going to be broken up into three sections. You're going to be doing two beginner characters. Those are really, really short videos, so that shouldn't take you too long. Then you're going to do an intermediate character. That one may take a bit longer because the videos are sped up and there's not like a step-by-step. So you're going to have to kind of slow it way down to be able to see it. And I'll show you a way to do that. And then you'll be building yourself, whether it's a fictional version of yourself, a realistic version of yourself, or like an aspirational, like something you want to be or something that you want to do. So let's take a look here. So here are the beginning characters. So on Canvas, under number 1 for beginning characters, there's a data file to start this goofy guy right here. I'm totally fine with all of these. Please change the colors, change the skin tone, change the gender, whatever you want to do with this. I want to make sure some of his stuff, it's fantastic, but it is definitely very white man heavy. So I'd like to be able to break that up quite a bit. So this first one's going to be basic rounded rectangles to build and circles to build this simple body. And then this one is going to be just this simple bust. So it's just a portion of his chest and his head. Now you're going to make sure that you save both of those as legacy versions of Illustrator, and you're going to export as a JPEG. I have a video that shows you how to export and what settings to use, so you can check that out. You're only going to turn in the JPEG. It's going to have both of them on the same artboard. Now, I was planning on having this due Monday night, but we talked on Monday and I explained stuff that was going on. So while we are still going to be working on other things, I'm extending the final deadlines for these, but there's other things you're going to still be working on. So it's still going to take some time. But this, I will count this on time as long as it's done by the end of the day. Actually, sorry, the end of the class on Wednesday. I think I may put that on the day. I'll double check. All right. For the intermediate characters, you're going to start with a blank document, just an 8.5 by 11 document. It's the default setting in Illustrator. And then I have a series of long list of videos from Mark Rise's channel that you'll go through and you'll watch. You get to pick whichever one you want to do. Now with this, it doesn't have to be identical. It should be similar, but like I mentioned before, you want to change gender, you want to change the hair, you want to change skin tone, whatever you want. I'm fine with that. I want this to be something that gives you a chance to explore. Now, you are going to save this as the legacy version of Illustrator. So make sure that once it's saved, you're going to actually be turning in the Illustrator version this time. The last one was JPEG. This one is Illustrator. This I will count on time and full credit if it's turned in by midnight Thursday night. Here's some examples of some other ones. And then if you want to try out some of these are a little bit more detailed, but they're actually kind of cooler. That's adorable. Same kind of stuff here. So within the videos, you may find that there's some stuff you just can't figure out. So I'll try to help you with that. But if there's a certain part that just isn't working, okay, that's fine. This is about exploring. Little geometric Superman. Little beatbox kid. Little God of War, little Fortnite, little Super Mario, and some Space Bunnies. So you'll pick one of those. You can always do more than one if you want, if you like this technique and you want to explore more, but you're only required to do one. And then the third piece. The third piece is you're going to create yourself. You're going to make like a little tiny scene with yourself. So with this, you're going to start again with a blank 8.5 by 11 inch document in Illustrator. And I would like it to be more than just your head. So more than just the bust version that you did for the very first one. I'd like it to be a full body, or at least most of the body, maybe an extra prop. And what I mean by prop is maybe it's a chair, maybe it's a cell phone, maybe it's a little dog, maybe it's a tree you throw in the background, just something. I want to, spruce it up a little bit so you can kind of explore and practice a little bit and see what you come up with. And then it's optional to put other people in there or backgrounds. If you want to include the other people you've made, make them like hang out or change them around a little bit, I'm fine with that. But what it shouldn't be is don't take one you already made and then just turn that in as you. I don't want that. I want it to be somewhat unique from what you did. So I want it to be different. So let me show you. And you're going to be turning in the Illustrator and the JPEG file by midnight on Friday. So let me show you some other examples. That's cute. Some other examples. And then there's a series of resource videos that are here to help you. So let me open up the home page and show you where that is at. I've put all of this in Canvas right here. Sorry, didn't have that ready. So right in here, this is the beginning character one. When you click here, there's instructions and information on this. There's a video to follow for building both of those characters. I even have a video here for the exporting, and you'll turn the file, the JPEG, in here. When you do the intermediate character, you'll click right here, and there's the videos that you can choose from. It tells you what to name it, and then you'll submit it here, and that will be the Illustrator file. And then for the U in Flat Design, I have a series of videos that are here on a variety of how to draw different kinds of hands, male body types. There's poses. These are pretty cool. Little small poses that are here. He does a series of very sped up, but you can always slow him down, 10 faces in 10 minutes, 10 hairstyles in 10 minutes, 10 different bodies in 10 minutes, 10 facial expressions in 10 minutes, 10 video game style characters in 10 minutes. So let me grab one of these and I'll show you how to change the speed. So like right in here, whenever you're watching any of these, whether they're the intermediate or they're the resource videos that I'm giving you, what you can do is you can actually click on this gear, choose playback speed, and change it to 0.25. So what that will do is it'll give you a much better idea of what is it that he's actually clicking on. Now, it's possible he may be using a keyboard shortcut. The most common one is group. So he might be pressing Control G. So if you ever see him highlight it and he right clicks and chooses ungroup, that means at one point he may have had it grouped. Now, this program is very specific, so you may have little problems here and there. So just hit me up and I'll help you out with it. And if there's just a certain part of the body that's not working, do what you can with it and then ask me questions and I'll help you out. So that is what it is that you're going to be working on for this portion of the project. Now, there's still other documents you're going to be turning in by Friday, but I'm looking at this should take about 2 class periods to do. So in theory, this would have been done by tomorrow, which is Tuesday night. Well, but I've extended those deadlines, but you still have other things to do. So we'll talk in detail in class about that. But that is the overview of what you're working on for the Illustrator styles using the flat design style. In the next video, I'll talk to you about what you're going to be doing for the realistic style. But this, just as a closer, is what it is that you're going to be turning in. If you want to pause this for a moment and take a snapshot or a screenshot of this, this will be a great slide for you to know specifically the last time that you can turn in those assignments for full credit.